You're listening to another episode of the Write Your Next Chapter podcast. I'm your host, Vic, and I'm about to take you through another episode of an inspiring story. Let's go. Welcome back to the podcast. Today's guest is Michael Kuech. I had the opportunity to meet Michael sometime in 2018 when I went down to their small office in Santa Monica, California, and basically got to meet him and his co-founder of the Your Super company. This is a company that started off small in 2015 and has continued to grow immensely overnight due to their social media success. I'm excited for you to hear his inspirational journey about going from a health diagnosis to building a company to writing his next chapter every day. So let's dial in, let's get him on the phone, and let's hear what he has to say. Hey, Michael, it's Vic.
Hey, Vic, how are you?
How you doing today?
Pretty good.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to have you on my new podcast, and I know you guys are working on a podcast as well. And really what I'm doing is I'm helping other people write their next chapter and figure out how to be inspired through people's stories and everything like that. And so I know you have an amazing story to share. You've shared it with the world. You've built an amazing company thanks to that journey. But really, ultimately, you've probably learned along that journey that you've been such an inspiration to so many people, and probably didn't realize that at the moment, but you definitely are. So that's really what today is just to help more people get to know you and inspire me and inspire so many other people. So thanks for taking the time, though.
Thank you so much for the nice, kind words. We're trying every day.
Definitely. So I want to kind of start like way at the beginning. You grew up in Germany.
Yeah.
Athlete on the semi-pro tennis circus.
Yeah.
I remember reading an article. They were like, he was a meat and potatoes kind of guy.
Yeah.
So what was it like growing up in Germany, like those early years?
I grew up in a small town in Germany where we well protected kind of thing in a small town, playing tennis a lot, not really thinking about nutrition at all. Although the fun fact is both my parents are doctors, but still doctors and nutrition didn't really have anything to do with each other. So nutrition was never really a topic. My mom is a general practitioner, so even there it was not really a topic. It was it was just like, before matches you should eat carbs, and after the match you should eat protein. And in general in Germany it's a lot of meat, so we ate ham and chicken and bacon, right? And eggs, and then a lot of meat, occasionally fish. But when I grew up, actually, my mom used to cook a lot more and still had fresh veggies on the side. And it was not only until it was later when the whole wave of not cooking anymore came also to Germany and was more ready to eat then and fast food. But growing up, my mom was cooking a lot more than she. But a lot of meat is always.
Yeah, no, I totally feel you. I mean, I ran some half marathons, and everything I was being told was like, just carb it up the night before and you'll be fine, right? And so I definitely can relate to that. And then you went to school here in the United States, right? In Georgia?
Yeah. So we got a tennis scholarship to play in Georgia, in Valdosta, Georgia, a small town in the south of Georgia, right at the border to Florida. And there was a small town where there were not a lot of options in terms of food, but we loved it just from the way that people were approaching sports. Sports was a big thing in the town. The one big university, so everybody was rooting for the sports teams. But there also, again, our coaches didn't have any knowledge about what healthy nutrition looks like. We always went before matches to Subway. The healthiest option was let's find a Subway and eat there like a tuna sandwich or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we all were shocked like that we cramped up and stuff. And we're like, why are we cramping? At the heat in Georgia and eating Subway before. So that was always funny.
It must have been the commercials that Subway was putting out that made it seem so healthy,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And that really like takes us to where a lot of people know your journey like started somewhere around there, right? So age 24, you came across a health diagnosis, and I think that's where a lot of people can relate to you, because so many people when they hit those moments, whether it's grief, whether it's health diagnosis, like that's kind of where we start to reevaluate life, in my opinion. And that's where we start thinking about the bucket lists and all these other things we want to get done in life. And for me, that's kind of where I'm at in my life, in terms of trying to figure out how do we live our life to the fullest before getting to those moments where we feel like that's our only option. So for you, age 24, you were diagnosed with testicular cancer. What was that like? Like, what was that diagnosis like?
It was shocking. I was traveling before with Crystal and my co-founder now in the company too, and fiance. We were traveling in Sri Lanka, and I felt something, and it didn't feel right.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, I was sitting in his doctor's office, 5th of January. I already know the day. And all of a sudden he says, hey, it doesn't look good. It's cancer. And I was like, what is going on? I just did my master's, traveled, felt like invincible, like a younger guy. I didn't really care about anything. This was like running around. And so it was shocking. It was shocking that I felt I feel healthy. And that's why also cancer it's such a strange and difficult to grasp disease, because you feel healthy, it doesn't hurt. Or in my case, it didn't hurt, but somebody tells you you have cancer, and it's super severe. So the whole you lose trust in your body. That was the biggest thing. And obviously after, you're like, how can I trust my body? And it was then diagnosed where I felt I don't want to have that anymore in my life. First, I want to fight it. So you go into survival mode. And then afterwards, I said, okay, what do I want to do out of my life? And this feeling of being invisible and invincible rather changed. I didn't have that anymore, because that somehow changed with a diagnosis, that I felt, okay, there are moments in your life where you realize, okay, there could be an end quicker than you think. So what do I want to do with my life? And that was very apparent to me after I was diagnosed.
Yeah. And I think that the cool thing about it is you were dating someone at the time, Crystal, and I mean she's definitely an impact in the whole rebuilding your immune system and everything else. And so I mean, for people listening to this who don't know your company, like maybe walk me through how that came about. I know her family were orthomolecular nutritionists, and maybe the stars were aligned at that moment to really help you.
I mean, definitely. She is and continues to be a huge inspiration, and I'm so happy to have her. So we were already dating 5 years, and she was always really health oriented and interested in health, because she herself had from young age eczema and always had to watch out what to eat. She felt actually always the impact of whatever she ate, always in her skin, eczema, and so she was very aware of what you put in your body. And plus, her aunt and mom nutritionist, so she was super interested in it. So she came to me and said, hey, you should try to be in a detox. You should drink wheatgrass juice and maca and barley grass. And I was like, what is all this?
What is it? Yeah, totally.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But then I tried these things, because I've obviously believed in her and her knowledge, and started researching and realizing superfoods are nothing really new, but are used around the world for hundreds and thousands of years, sometimes as food, as medicine. And I felt instantly better. I had more energy. I felt more productive. I felt more clear-headed, and that's kind of the kick of our company. Also, you're super. But yeah, it was back then that I went through traditional treatment, and then afterwards, people told me, "Oh, you're healed now," but I didn't feel healed because my body was still trying to recover, and then she helped me, regain my strength and my immune system, and then when it made click that you cannot control everything in your life, but you can control what you eat. So that was a big moment for me, where I realized, take control of your own health, in the way you eat. You can not control everything in your life, but that you can control. Nobody's forcing you to put things in your body you don't want to.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's so powerful too. I mean, you went through chemotherapy, like 2 rounds, I believe.
Yeah.
Wiped out your energy, absolutely
Yeah.
demolished your immune system.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that you said, there's things you don't have control over, and those
Exactly.
things you
Yeah.
don't have control over, we stress too much about it. In
Yeah.
reality, we shouldn't.
Yeah.
Instead, we should be stressing about the stuff we do have control over. And
Yeah.
you're 100% right. I mean, we have control over our nutrition.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that, you said that, because I think that can resonate with so many people.
Yeah, and it's every, like, and what I realized, it's once you take that step and you realize that you control it, it liberates you, right? And the choices also, it
Yeah.
liberates you to, okay, I don't have to rely on pills or this and that, or even sometimes doctors. You can just, like, no, I can I can be in charge of what I want to put in my body, and how I want to live.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So I mean, that definitely leads us to the next part of that chapter. And
Yeah.
what's funny is, I mean, I know you guys personally, so to say,
Yeah.
and most people would think this is your next chapter, right? You built a company after
Yeah.
going through all of this, and in reality, those nutrient rich foods were designed for you to rebuild your immune system and get
Yeah.
healthy again. And then it just so happens that so many other people wanted that, and then it becomes a company.
Yeah.
So I look at it as that was your guys' next chapter. I know you're living another next chapter right now and traveling and doing other things, and I
Yeah.
can't wait to get to that. But I would love to learn a little bit more about the company.
Mm.
So you guys started Your Super
Yeah.
2015?
2015. Yeah, in
Yeah.
September 15 was the official launch, so to speak.
So how did that come about? Did you guys have like family and friends asking for the magic
Mm.
potions? And
Yeah, so Crystal led. I went through treatment, and then Crystal said, "Hey, you have to drink the superfoods," and I was like, "Great," but then she's like, "Yeah, let's go to Whole Foods and you buy like 15 different superfoods," and I was like, "No, I'm not gonna buy 15 different superfoods. I can't afford it, basically, because I was a student back then, and I don't want to have 15 different pouches and traveling with that. That didn't seem right. So we realized that it was actually harder than we thought, just like drinking superfoods or consuming superfoods and getting these highly nutritious things in your body. So then we're like making it easier for people and combining different things, because we didn't see that in the market either. And then Crystal just in the beginning made for me my own personal mix. Said, "Hey, drink this super green mix." That was kind of the first mix she made for me, and then people were asking for more. And then we're like, okay, great. We have this one mix. What other mixes people need? And then we came up with 7 different functions we felt people need, and combining different superfoods just to make it easy, more affordable, and just the whole superfoods was like, especially in Europe back then, was like not really well known. People didn't know about it, so we wanted to make it easy, fun, and modern. To people that they can try these amazing things. That was kind of the start, and that's how the company grew. Um, and we always say now, we made basically the worst day of my life. We made it to the best day of my life, because it led me to start a company. And leads me now to all these adventures I have here in the US, which we're going to talk about probably.
yeah, no, you
Yeah.
guys have a company that what feels like overnight to you guys probably, but was in reality, 4 years now in the making,
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
become so successful. And I can personally attribute to the fact that I've used your products. I absolutely love them. Anyone that I think would use them would love them.
Yeah.
And so because you were on this like powerful path to healing and you created these products with Crystal and her family, and I think because it was done out of compassion and truly like love,
Yeah.
I think that's why they're so
I
genuine
mean,
at heart, you know?
we started just like mixing by ourselves. We had we converted one room in our apartment into an organic certified mixing room, where we had all these big bags and would like mix by ourselves. So for the first year, we just mixed by ourselves and got like a couple orders in here and there. We shipped out some products, and slowly we realized, especially, I mean, the power of social media was contributing to our success, that people loved it all around, actually, the world. So we got some strong following in the beginning. People liked it, and what you said, we're still so passionate about helping people and having the best quality. One of the things we realized in the beginning, and we didn't realize before, what huge difference it makes where ingredients are from. So in the beginning, we would order from wholesalers, and then one time we got a wheatgrass from China, and one time we got a wheatgrass from Germany, and there were two different products, and we didn't really understand it in the beginning. And the more we got used to the more experience we got in the industry, we realized there's such a huge difference where ingredients come from, and we need to be transparent about where everything coming from. So we built up this transparent supply chain where we know every farmer now, where the superfoods are grown, and support them. So that was a big learning in the beginning. But it also came from because we wanted to do everything by ourselves. We didn't hire big corporations. We didn't hire a co-packer. We just wanted to do everything by ourselves and control everything by ourselves.
Definitely. Well, I think that's what's beautiful about it is you've been transparent with the story that you have, the story of you and Crystal building this company, and then you're transparent now about the products that you're actually putting out into the world.
Yeah.
So what was it like, if you don't mind me asking, those first few emails or social media posts of people responding to you and Crystal and your super as a brand, saying that you changed their life? Like, what was that emotional feeling for you?
Amazing. I mean, absolutely amazing. Still, every day, it's amazing seeing people using our products, and we can help and be a small part of their journey. I think we don't see us like the major factors. Everybody is their own guru, I always say, right? They do the work. We just try to provide some help with our products, but in the end, it's up to everybody to change themselves by themselves. And every message we get, every Facebook comment I read, it's amazing, an amazing feeling that we can be a small part of somebody else's journey.
Yeah, it's powerful. All right, but before we get started, we have a lot of listeners that always ask us how we go about making this app.
I know, and it's so easy. I mean, we use this free app called Anchor, and we can do all of our editing on here. We record on here. It's super easy to have our guests call in from anywhere they are across the country. I absolutely love this platform.
Yeah, I mean, I'm able to, like you said, edit on the app or on the computer. Yes, I do the editing.
Chelsea, not tech savvy.
Not so good at editing. You can add a sponsorship to it. And just head over to anchor.fm or download the app on any app store and get started.
All right, so let's get back to our next guest.
So that kind of leads me to your next chapter.
Yeah.
I know you just celebrated probably 6 years being cancer free, and and while I definitely feel like that's something to celebrate, I know you just celebrated a birthday.
Yeah.
And so I remember opening Instagram and scrolling through, and I come across this awesome photo of you, and the caption read, "What a great way to start my 32nd year, powered by plants."
Yeah.
So for those listening that can't see the picture right this minute, like, how did you celebrate your birthday? Because that's writing your next chapter right there.
Yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't stop with the starting a company now. I mean, like I want to live the life to the fullest, and I want to enjoy every day. And I want to. We always had the saying, actually, like even a couple of years ago. You know how people always have this crazy uncle who does all these crazy things, right? You know a guy who knows a guy who does something crazy, and I always said I want to be that guy. I don't want to like talk about people I know that do crazy stuff. I want to be like the guy who does crazy stuff. So that's kind of also our mindset was always like, hey, if we talk about things, we do it. So that was when we moved the company from Berlin to the US. Everybody said, you shouldn't go to the US, stay in Europe and grow in Europe. And we said, no, we do it. And who cares if we fail, right? I mean, that's part of the journey. So the same with my birthday. I talked for years now saying I want to skydive. And then Crystal gave it to me for my birthday and said, okay, well, you talked about it. Now you have to honor that talk. And then I skydived on my birthday, and it was a couple of days later, and it was amazing. I mean, it was the most terrifying thing I ever did. I was super scared, and the picture is super funny because throughout that skydive, my mouth was so wide open, and I couldn't close it because there's so much air coming in. I don't know. It was so funny. But this kind of the things we live our life by, that if we talk about things like this is like what I want to do, then we also do it. So because a lot of people you hear always, I would love to travel, I would love to do this, and then do it. What's holding you back, right? So that's kind of how we want to live. I want to live my life like this. If I have dreams and goals, I want to go get them and achieve them.
That's incredible. I remember once again scrolling through comments, everyone saying happy birthday to you, and one of those comments was, your mouth is so wide open, it's for all the bananas coming in from the smoothies, right? So, if you talk the talk, you got to walk the walk, and that's awesome that you followed through with that. So what else is on your experience list? Like, what else do you want to upcoming
so many
check
things.
off?
I mean, so many things I want to still do in my life. I think I'm more into experiences, right? I'm not really into materialistic things or having a fancy car, a fancy watch. That's only me. I want to feel and explore and experience things. So traveling is a big topic. I want to travel more, and that means that I want to go to countries like I want to go to South Africa. I want to go to especially down there. I want to go back to South America. I want to go to Japan actually because of matcha and want to experience like a matcha ceremony. So that's kind of like the travel bucket list. Then we're going to. There was a big goal for us also with the company and private. We gonna like probably by next year have visited all our farmers across the world. So we're gonna go to Brazil end of the year. To go in the jungle to see the acai plants and going in the jungle and harvest them with the people there. So this kind of things I love. We were in July in Peru, where we met some cacao farmers and we slept in the jungle. This kind of experience I love. So that's kind of my travel bucket list, which I can combine with the company even better. And then other things. I want to challenge myself in sports. So I did run a marathon this year, which was a long time goal from mine too. So
how'd you do on the marathon? What was your final time there?
It was not about the time, Vic. It was about the experience.
Because isn't that what everyone always asks?
I know.
What was that final time? See, I'm definitely afraid of a marathon. It's not really on my experience list quite yet. But definitely something to be proud of that you accomplished that.
That was also something I talked about, and then it was like, okay, now I just really have to do it, because for me it's nothing worse to talk about things and then not follow through. So my final time was 4 hours and 2 minutes.
It's something to be proud of, dude.
But I was like, this 2 minutes, really? I wanted to go under 4 hours. But it was great. I was, it's super, super hard. And now I want to do next year. I want to do it again here in LA, the LA Marathon, and then I want to do next year a trial marathon too. So not on like the streets, but like trail, like through the trails. So I want to challenge. Actually, the goal is like every year you do like some sport challenge. In my 30s, that's my goal. Like last year was or this year actually was a marathon. Next year is another marathon, and then and let's see. But yeah, sports definitely. I want to challenge myself as next steps. And what else? I want to see the country more. Also in the US. I mean, some of the national parks I haven't seen, so that's on my bucket list.
Awesome.
Just experience the world and connect with people. That's what I'm most excited about.
No, that's truly what it's about. Is I believe once you get to that point where you understand that life is about experiences and moments.
Yeah,
I feel like so much color comes into your life, and you're happier, and the people around you feel it. They feel that vibration and everything else. So,
and traveling, I think traveling it opens your mind every time. Like you travel somewhere, I think you come back stronger, and not even stronger, but richer, you gain experiences, and I think that will change you. Like the 1 week in Peru now visiting our farms, it changed me, because it was so profound again to speak to people who literally their garden is their pharmacy. We were like on a homestay, and she brought us to this. She said, "Hey, I show you my pharmacy," and we're like, "What?" And then she brought us out and said, "Okay, this plant I use when I have a headache. This I use when I cut myself. This I use when I have a cough. This when I have like stomach ache." It's like what like. That was so amazing to see how different that life is than to our life, and how little like there's stress about things we stress about. So that was like this kind of things I love, just like experience different cultures and different ways of life. That really enriches, I think, everybody. So traveling, I always like is my number one.
Yeah. I mean, I just got back from vacation as well, and it was so interesting to see everyone around me living such a slower life, and my mind was still go.
Yeah, and you're like, why am I so stressed, right?
Yeah.
You're like, why am I so stressed? Why not just chill out a bit? And then, but yeah, so it's great. Where were you?
We went down to Cancun, Playa del Carmen.
Oh, nice.
My wife wanted to go swim with the whale sharks.
Oh, how was that?
She had the opportunity to do it. It's not on my experience list to jump in 300-foot water an hour and a half off the coast. So I personally didn't do it. I did snorkeling, a little closer to the coast.
Yeah.
But she had the most amazing time ever, and I agree with you. It's when you get to travel and you get to experience new places, new people, new things, that you get that sense of awe, and you get to ground yourself a little bit more. So,
but even small things like weekend trips and stuff, I really can help you step outside a bit your life and reevaluate the things. Like we were in Ojai a couple of weekend ago, like and just like being in the valley there and the nature and stuff. So that was even like an hour and a half away from LA.
Yeah.
And even there, it was like, oh my God, I have the feeling I'm traveling, right? Because the farmers market was great. You connected to people. People were talking to each other in a small town. I was like, why is everybody talking to us? Like, you feel already the differences. And I think that even doesn't have to be always far away.
Definitely.
Even like small trips here and there, I think can really make a huge difference.
Yeah. So was that your first time going to Ojai?
Yeah, first time in Ojai.
Yeah, I was born and raised maybe like 30 minutes, south of that in Ventura County. So I
good
definitely
energy.
know that area.
You got the good energy from the whole valley there.
Definitely. Yeah. But, for those that don't know, you guys are LA based, where your LA office is for your super. You guys are also based out in Berlin.
Yeah.
And Ojai, like you were saying, is a paradise hidden up in the hills and mountainside.
Absolutely.
Only an hour and a half away. I mean, you're 100% right. Sometimes Beautiful. It's right in our backyard.
Yeah, I mean, even Santa Barbara or Yeah, I mean, there's so many beautiful places in California. I mean, it's hard to beat. You have the mountains, you have the ocean, right, and you have Mexico around the corner. I mean, we're pretty lucky, I think. Every day I wake up here, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so grateful to live in a beautiful place like this.
Definitely. Well, I mean, I look at the life you've lived, and I continue to be inspired. Just the way that you changed your mindset after being diagnosed and going through that to changing your reality where you're at now. For me, that's powerful, and I absolutely am inspired and admired by everything you've done. And my goal is people will listen to this and know that even if you have a health diagnosis, you can still live life to the fullest. And I absolutely love your story. So
thanks. But I want everybody to know it's like I mean, you can get through it, and there will be a chance actually to live an amazing life afterwards, and still live life to the fullest, like you said. I think it's an amazing podcast idea, and I'm inspired by you, Vic, too. Every time, like, I see your pictures with the smoothies and stuff, it really inspires me to do the right thing in the company and inspire more people.
Definitely. Thank you. I mean, I'm doing my little part. I know you guys are doing a way bigger part, but all together, I mean, we're making this world a better place. So I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Any last words about your company you want to share, or any last words about inspiring people?
Yeah, no, I mean, people can check out the company yoursuper.com. I think for us, it's only important that we truly want to help people. So if people have questions about their health, and we pick people up wherever they are, like we make it easy for them to change a bit their habits and get more nutrients in. That's kind of what we're passionate about. And otherwise, no, people should check us out and get inspired by the community, rather by you and all the other people who do so much great work. Inspiring other people. I think that's the most important for them to know. And otherwise, no, like we're there as a company to help. We have tons of people also know in the community, tons of people who can help even with a diagnosis like that. Just want to let them know people that they're not alone, and can always reach out to different people who have done amazing things while being diagnosed or going through a dark period. So we have the support system for people to get help.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is when you feel alone, there is a support system there. Yeah. There's a support system everywhere. You just have to kind of find it and know that it's there. And so I'll definitely put a link to Your Super in the show notes. It'll be on the website. People can definitely access it there. And I just am so grateful to be able to have this time to talk to you.
Of course.
Share your story and everything else. And hopefully I will get to see you and Crystal and everyone else soon.
Yeah.
At a future launch, because you guys are continuing to grow your company and
you're always welcome, Rick. You know that you're always welcome in the office.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time. I'm gonna let you get on with your evening, and make sure you tell everyone I said hi.
Thanks, Vic. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Michael.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Now that right there was an awesome conversation. Thank you guys once again for taking time to listen to another episode of this podcast. If you would like more information on the brand that Michael co-founded, log on to yoursuper.com. They offer amazing superfood supplements that are really designed to fuel your body with the best natural foods out there. What's really cool too is you get to meet his co-founder, Crystal, another absolutely amazing soul on this earth. They also have 100% transparency supply chain. So you get to know exactly where their ingredients are sourced from and the positive impact it has on those local communities. The one thing that I personally appreciate about the company is their program to give back. For every single mix that they sell, they actually donate a pack of life-saving food to the children who are suffering from acute malnutrition. This is done in partnership with Action Against Hunger. So together, they're making a massive positive change in this world. And I'm so happy that I got a chance to sit down on the phone and hang out with Michael and maybe soon, Crystal. So thank you once again, and we will see you on the next episode.